What's up, guys? We're going to go through a dumbbell RDL. So I prefer dumbbell RDL to a barbell. Love and hate, right? Because with a barbell, you're able to increase that load much easier than you would with a dumbbell. Like after I have 50-pound dumbbells in each hand, I'm pretty much maxed out. But with a barbell, I could do 135, 145. So obviously, there are benefits to both. I like the dumbbells because I'm able to kind of like move my arms around and put myself in like the proper position. And obviously with the barbell, you can't like bend the barbell in half. Unless you can, then go you. But this is a great move to help strengthen those cheeks back there, hamstrings. It's good for all of that. It's going to be great for your back, your core. It really puts you in like a static hold position. So you're working your back, you're working all the major muscles essentially. But in terms of the specific muscles that it's working, it's going to hit the glutes, hamstrings. Okay. So we're just going to get into it. So remember, we always brace the belly. So we hug. So you breathe out. And if you haven't learned how to properly activate your core, you want to type in activating your core. And I have a video for that really in depth to show you how to do it. It's really important that you learn how to activate your core for every single movement that you're doing, not just ab exercises. Okay. So we breathe out. And as we're breathing out, we're kind of like hugging, bringing our abs together and up. That can make sense. But and then once you're in that position, it's a hip hinge. So your hips shift backwards, okay? So butt back. So your knees are going to stay soft, right? But it's not a squat because the squat, we go down this way. For the hinge or the RDL, we go back this way. Same movement as you do for a deadlift, except there's less bend in the knee, okay? So a couple of things is you want to keep the dumbbells as close to your body as possible. And that's another reason why I like dumbbells. I feel like it's easier to do that. You can literally drag the dumbbells because you can rotate your hands almost like slightly inward, and that will help you kind of keep it as close to your body as possible. And obviously with a barbell, it's just straight. That's another reason why I like dumbbells, but they're both great. You really do need to incorporate both of them. Essentially, once you learn how to do the hip hinge movement, you can do it with anything. You can do it with a kettlebell, you can do it with dumbbells, you can do it with a cable, you can do it with whatever you want. But yeah, I think that's it. So let's get after it. So, boop, boop. I'm gonna make sure you can see me at all angles. So I'm gonna do it this way and then I'll turn to the side. So feet about hip width apart. They don't need to be like way out here. And then you also don't want them so close together. So just right at where your hips are. Remember, we brace, breathe out. I like to call it hug the baby because I learned it during pregnancy, but I'm not hugging the baby anymore. So I don't know why I always want to say that. Okay, we breathe out and then we hinge forward. So you see how I'm dragging the dumbbells, and you see how the dumbbells are like about at a 45-degree angle. They're not straight like this. You can hold them straight like this. It's not wrong, but I'm comfortable if I have them like this. So that's why I like dumbbells, but to each their own, Back, back, back. Once you get to about like the bottom of your knee, you're going to pull yourself right back up. Okay, so a nice good stretch in the glutes, in the hamstrings, and then you pull yourself back up. Okay, so the biggest difference I think between an RDL and a deadlift is that the deadlift starts from the ground, right? The deadlift, from the bottom, you lift up. So the RDL starts at the top of the movement, right? So down and remember, we breathe out during the hard part. So down, down, down. All right, kind of show you from the side. So here and up. Okay. A couple of other things. So if you want to make it more hamstring focused, you're going to keep your legs even less bent, right? So as straight as possible. Back, 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 hamstrings. If you want a little bit more glute dominant RDL, you're going to bend the knees a little bit. Sorry, people are staring at me. You're going to bend the knees a little bit more, okay? So straight, hamstring dominant. It's still going to work your glutes, obviously, but it's more hamstring dominant. And then with the more glute dominant, bend the knees, and then you hinge forward. So very similar. But those are really all the cues I had. You're going to want to work through, just practice the form first. This is honestly one of the toughest forms to get is the hip hinge. The squat is a little easier to train just because you can kind of pretend like anytime you sit down on a chair, you're doing a squat. But the RDL is a little different. So just make sure, you're avoiding things like this, rounding of the back. You don't want your butt way out here either. So you want a nice neutral spine. So that's why you hug the baby and then you hinge forward this way. So nice flat back, chest is out. So we don't want to be like this. So nice chin is just straight, neutral neck, all that jazz. And then we lift up. So I hope that was helpful. And I hope I didn't leave anything out because I was a little nervous because people are staring. So that's pretty much the gist of it. So try some dumbbell RDLs. Let me know what you prefer. Do you like the barbell? Do you like the dumbbells? If you want a specific barbell video, I can do that too, but it's essentially the same thing, just with the barbell. And yeah, have a good day. Bye.